Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm here with my friend Jay, CEO of Exodus, and today we're here to share his story, how he became the CEO of Exodus, how you started this, your brand, everything about who Jay is, and your magnificent hair. Definitely, we got to go over that too.
It's full of secrets.
It's full of secrets. And today we just want to share massive value with you guys to show you that it doesn't matter where you guys come from, you can make anything happen. It's all about your grit and your determination. Jay, hey, thanks for having us here at the gym. Man, you want to tell us a little bit about what Exodus means to you?
Yeah, well, first I just want to say thank you guys. Actually, you guys are seeing something history in the making. This is my first ever, guest appearance on a podcast. So, yeah, shout out to John Cruz for making that happen.
We're popping the cherry today then.
Yeah, popping my podcast cherry in my own gym.
In your own gym.
What kind of disrespect? No, I'm kidding. But anyways, guys, so as John said, I am the CEO, founder of Exodus. We got like 45 minutes, so I guess I could give you the long version of what Exodus really means. But it was built, before I get to that meaning of what Exodus means, I think it's important to say that I grew into the meaning of Exodus. Everybody, where am I supposed to look at? Look at you or look at them?
And me. Or them. You can look at either way, but you can look at me too.
You guys get the good side.
You get the good side. You get the hair.
So what is Exodus? Like I said, I grew into Exodus. So one thing I want to talk, again, bringing a lot of value to you guys. There's a lot of young entrepreneurs out there, and I don't mean in age, guys. I mean in journey. In journey, like whether you're 20 or whether you're 50, it doesn't matter. When I say young, I mean just starting off. And a lot of us give up because we don't have the right support, right? And we start to blame the support. We're like, oh, my family doesn't support me, my friends don't support me, and the world doesn't support me. The problem with that is, guys, are you guys even worthy of the support? I mean, how many times have we started something and we never finished? We didn't finish. We started school. How many of us started school and didn't finish school? I'm one of them. How many of us were amazing at sports, but we never took it to the next level when we could have? I'm one of them. How many times have you quit a job to start a new one? How many times did you quit a friendship? My point is this, guys, is that, or how many hobbies did you pick up? I mean, I was gonna be the next Picasso, but all I could do is draw stick figures. But my point is, how many times did you quit something and then now you're saying you're gonna start a business? It's rightfully so that somebody in your close circle, whether that be your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your close friends, that are gonna think you're full of crap. So they're not gonna support you because you haven't deserved anyone's support. In today's day and age, everyone is about the deserving. I deserve this because I can wipe my butt. If you guys wanna earn someone's respect and earn that point in life where people know, when I say I'm gonna get something done, I, for the most part, get it done. John's been a witness of it. People in this gym have been a witness of it. People in my apparel business have been a witness of it. The fast bars. Guys, when I say I'm gonna get something done, I get it done. So cool thing is that when I say something now, I'm gonna do this, people expect it to be done. They expect it. So it's gone beyond past supporting. People support me and support what I do, but now they expect that if I say, hey, I'm gonna get a 20,000 square foot gym in about a year or two, people expect it to happen. No one's doubting it. If anything, I doubt it more than anyone else doubts it, just because that's an entrepreneur. You dream big, but you get scared of that dream. But anyways, back to the beginning of the question on what Exodus is. Exodus is a fitness lifestyle brand that focuses on 3 core values: commit, execute, and conquer. And we can go through those 3 core values in a bit if you want to have that as a question, but pretty much it's 3 stages that I've used to build where we are today. I committed to myself to be the best version of myself. A lot of people, New Year's resolution, every person in the world commits. The next level, the next core value is executing your commitment. How many of you have given up within the first week or second week of a New Year's resolution?
I think we all have been there.
Everyone's been there, and that's just a New Year's resolution. But again, school, hobbies, relationships. The problem, it's easy to say you're gonna do it. It's actually a lot harder to actually do it, right? So that's the second core value. The last core value is conquer. And conquer is one of the most important values because a lot of people, and again, I'm not here to any controversy or anything like that, but a lot of people use life as a trigger. The problem with using life as a trigger is life happens 24/7. How many times have you stubbed your toe and your whole day's bad? Someone cut you off in the street, your whole day's bad. You caught every red light on the way to work, your whole day's bad. Someone broke up with you, your whole year's bad. My point is this, guys, is that life happens every day, every second of the day. And the problem is we're in an era where no one is teaching people how to build a habit to work hard when things get hard. to conquer your excuses, to conquer the days you don't want to show up, to conquer loss of a loved one, or again, there's big and small things that happen to all of us, right? But in the end of the day, it's how long are you going to let it affect you? The question isn't, is it going to affect you? It's how long are you going to let it affect you? And how long are you going to let it affect you in a negative way, right? Because there's so many times where we can flip, as long as we build that habit to flip the script and say, hey, you know what? This is happening to me, but how do I use it to move forward, not move backwards, or even worse, sometimes stay in the same place and just be okay with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of people, they get stuck and they're not moving forward. When I believe if you're standing still, you're actually moving backwards in time. You're not moving forward. A lot of what you said resonates with me too. Like I've been there myself. I've tried to start something and I didn't follow through. And I like how you held me through to that standard too. You gave me that tough love, and that's what I love about you and a lot of friends that are real with you. They want you to succeed. I don't want people to just tell me what I want to hear. I want to know what I really need to get accomplished. And I think, like what you're saying, it goes back to, you don't always have to have a support system. Yeah, it helps, but you should be able to stand on your own feet. And that kind of brings us to where we are today. This gym, like, how did you get this started? Like, about where did you come from? Like, what's your past about? Like, how did this form?
Let's see, man. Fast forward my whole life up to the point of living in my car. There's a whole bunch, guys, and if we have time for it, maybe we'll get there, or maybe it could be another podcast. But the point is, I'm gonna fast forward to a point where I started living in my car, and I lived there for a long time, guys, a long time. One day too many, honestly. But because I was poor me, pity me, why me, right? But at the same time, even though I was in those fields, I was going to work full time. I worked from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Went to Planet Fitness at the time. That's where I was kind of technically, my rent was my $10 rent. And I showered, ate their Tootsie Rolls, which I don't know if they do anymore. And I had their pizza every other week.
They had pizza there?
They had pizza every other Friday. They had pizza, and I had 2 Planet Fitnesses in 10 minutes from me. So I would go to one Planet Fitness, grab the pizza, and then drive to the other Planet Fitness and grab their pizza. Wow. And then I would have 2-day-old pizza for the next couple days. And you know what? No shame in it, because I was just making it happen. Yeah. But there was a point where I started resenting myself. You know, I'm like, I mean, sure, I was making it happen, but I could be better, right? And I think that's where the fire really started, and the concept of being the best version of yourself, right? Again, many people would have quit there. I didn't. Because of pride, because of ego, because of stupidity. But it was a blessing in disguise. I didn't quit, and then because I didn't quit, I was able to go through that whole pity stage and come out of the other end. And a lot of people can't. They stay in the pity stage all year long, every day, for the rest of their lives. But I happened to, even though it was like a long time, a year too long, in the end of the day, I was able to come out to the other side. And when I did, that's when Forge came about. Forge was my first ever clothing brand company. And the reason why I used Forge was because I wanted a word that meant, at the time what's the word I'm looking for? Overcoming. I guess, because even now I wanted the word, that's where Exodus comes from, is the word overcoming too. But I guess everything has been overcoming. But anyway, so I want overcome, and Forge, when you look at it, it deals with steel work, metal, and the definition is mold or create through concentrated effort. So you're heating and then you're hammering. You're heating and then you're hammering. You're heating and then you're hammering. And that's what my life was like. I felt like I was being thrown into the fire, becoming malleable, coming out and letting life just shape who I was.
Like a sword getting sharper.
Sword getting sharper, or I have metal worker guys in here right now, so I don't want to say anything dumb, but pretty much what it is, just strengthening the metal, all right? And I was getting stronger and stronger. And that's where Forge came about. And that's where Live Heated, Be Formed, the catchphrase or the slogan Live Heated, Be Formed came, is live heated meant to be thrown in the fire. Live with fat passion, live with purpose, and be formed was when you came out of that fire, every time you came out of the fire, you were that much stronger. And then guess what? Life threw you right back in the fire and you come back out stronger. And then it was just a never-ending process till the day we die. Legality reasons, I couldn't use Forge anymore. After I think 3 or 4 years, I just couldn't do it anymore. So I loved the logo, the F, and I loved what the brand was, so I couldn't let it go. I could not let it go. So I did everything I could to keep the F, which became Be Formed, BFRMD. And we might have the banner. No, it doesn't look like it in the picture, but we have the banner back there. And Be Formed was a placeholder. And I knew in my heart it was a placeholder, but I still tried building the name. I didn't give up. I kept going. But it was a placeholder. And at the end of the day, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it, but I loved the logo because it was it was years and years of being by myself, growing a company, and then to be told that, hey, you're going to have to let it go. I cried like a baby. I ate like a gallon of ice cream that day, and I
put a
was
lot of
like,
effort into
yeah, I
it,
put a
that's
lot.
the
I was like,
bakery.
man, I just felt like someone just yanked my whole dream, you know, my whole life away. And we want to bring knowledge and value to this. So rewind real quick. If you're doing if you're going to start a company, guys, make sure that you go through the right legalities. You don't just, because you came up with the name doesn't mean it's yours. It sucks to say that, but it is the way it is.
Yeah.
Go through,
copyright
go
and
get trademarked, copyright, LLC, small business corp, whatever you have to do before you spend money on merchandise, spend money on a logo, right? And a website domain, and then the rest of your money goes to a business attorney. That way, and they're gonna tell you, hey, you're gonna need something on your website. So guess what? You go to Walmart, grab a freaking $5 shirt, screen print something on that, and guess what? You throw it on a website, and then you go in and you buy it. You have your mom or your dad or your best friend buy the shirt from you, and guess what? Now you have an invoice.
Yep.
Now you have an invoice, you have a product on the website, and you can show the state that you're a legitimate business. Guess what, guys? After that, all your money has to go straight to a business attorney. And that way, I spent thousands of dollars. I think even close to $100,000, maybe more, before the company said, hey, you can't use this anymore.
Yeah.
If I would have been told that before, I would have saved a lot of money. But it doesn't matter. My point is that was my journey, and it became B-Formed, and then I was like, I just don't like B-Formed. And that's where Exodus comes about, guys.
There you go.
8-9 years later, give or take, Exodus was born. And again, this goes back to the beginning of this conversation. Exodus stands for something. Shout out to Val, my copywriter, and also our note taker right now. She's out of screen, but she's that way. If I'm pointing this way.
I'll post her IG down below.
Yeah.
Give her a follow, you guys.
But my point is, she does amazing work. But she gives me credit for it. But it was a teamwork. Is that Exodus demands accountability. And that's powerful because when people wear the logo, like for instance, like, well, you're wearing Exodus, so awesome, and I'm wearing Exodus. But for instance, let's say you were wearing some random gym attire, and I say, wow, that's a great name and great logo. 9 out of 10 times I ask you, what do they stand for?
People don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You won't know. But if you get asked what Exodus stands for, it means commit, execute, conquer. And it demands accountability. And also, Exodus is the standard, which is another thing that kind of blew up. But what I'm trying to say is those messages is the weight of the world. And I had to go through everything I went through to be deserving of someone who could take that weight of the world kind of message and be able to carry it on my back. And I'll be honest with you, you gave me this exact name, Exodus, and message 9 years ago when I first started, I would have crumbled. It would have destroyed me and it kicked my butt. And guess what? There would never have been an Exodus because I probably would have given up. Even though I didn't give up then, my point is I wasn't ready for something so powerful.
You were someone else back then.
I was someone else
versus
back
where
then.
you're at now. Yeah.
And so now that's where Exodus came about. I was able to say, when I tell people it means commit, execute, conquer, I'm able to show that through all the years of how each core value has taken me here. And when I say Exodus is a standard, it's a standard that even is above me. Even as the CEO and founder of the company, if I say that the standard is up here, I will always be right here. I will always be right here because every day I'm working to get here. And if I ever do catch up to the standard, it sucks for everyone else because the standard is gonna get jumped right back up.
Going higher and higher.
It's gonna get higher and higher. So we're always just gonna get better and better. And so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, I did that in 17 minutes, guys.
It's been 17 minutes already. Wow, time is just flying.
Time is flying,
Yeah.
but obviously this is your show, so whatever questions you have, there's probably I'm not here to tell you the sob story of it all because, I mean, I can make you cry because sometimes I cried about it. And if I cried about it, I'm sure some of you guys are gonna cry about it. But the thing is, guys, is that don't let your belief in your company or your business or yourself be so faulty. The moment something happens in your life, you give up on everything. The moment someone scoffs at your thing, you give up on it. You then have to ask yourself, is it something you really want? Because if you give up on something so easily, it probably you were doing it because you thought it was cool rather than because you thought you were meant to do it.
And your why wasn't strong enough.
Your why,
in that
and
as well.
he knows
Yep.
about it because I ripped him a new one before to tell him about what is your why. So, and I ask everybody what their why is. And if your why is that weak, then you already know that you are blowing smoke up your own butt.
Yep,
Like
for sure.
that's the God honest truth.
Reality check.
Yeah, it's a reality check. If you give up, so guys, the Fastbar Pro, it's somewhere back there, the original one. It was made out of a plastic sleeve and galvanized pipe. How many times people called me like ghetto for it? And now I don't know.
Now people want to buy it.
Now
right?
everyone wants
Yeah.
to buy it. You know what I mean? I got people who want to be investing, and I'm just like, but I got called ghetto for like 4 years. You know what I mean? But guess what? 4 years later, I didn't give up on it, and I was able to meet amazing people who were able to make product happen. Shout out to Peter. He's the one that I didn't want to say anything stupid about metal because,
He's back over there.
he's
too,
back
guys.
over there. I don't want him in the camera because he's not wearing a shirt right now.
No, I really like what you said with that too, because it goes back to just making it happen. Like going back to the LLC, setting that up, getting your business, your name, your trademark, everything. People would have given up or overthought it. They'll get analysis paralysis. You made it happen. You just went to Walmart, you got a shirt, put a stencil on it, got it logoed on there, and then someone bought it, and now you have your brand. A lot of people, they're like, oh, how do I get the perfect design? How do I get the perfect shirt? They're stuck in analysis paralysis, and I've been there myself. And that, for me, it's like when I hear you saying that, it's like, wow, you really need to be an action taker. And for people out there watching this, don't get stuck in analysis paralysis, because it's a real thing. You really got to take control of your life and take advantage of making shit happen for yourself, or else life's going to take control of you if you don't take control of life.
Yep.
So I think that was really cool what you said.
This
there.
is something I tell everybody, and I want to paint a picture for you real quick. If I could paint this picture, this is the picture I want you to carry with you forever, right? And I think I've done this with you. I know I've done it with Val, and I've done it with a few people here. Think of an artist sitting in front of a blank canvas, right? Doesn't matter if they're gonna draw with pencil, paint, whatever style of art is gonna be, but just think of an artist sitting in front of a blank canvas. And every day you walk by that artist. You're walking by the artist, and blank canvas still, blank canvas, blank canvas. You finally ask the artist, hey, what are you doing? And the artist says, oh, I'm waiting to draw until I'm waiting to draw until I get good. How are they ever going to get good if they don't draw? You get what I'm saying? So you're staring at a blank canvas thinking you're waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect moment, the perfect design, the perfect name, the perfect logo. And you're that artist sitting in front of a blank canvas just thinking, I'm going to start drawing when I'm good. Yep. When I'm good, I will start painting. And so if you think that and when you say it out loud, it sounds dumb because I know
it is dumb.
You would walk away from that artist thinking, that sounds stupid. How are you going to get good? So when I hear an entrepreneur who sits in that analysis paralysis and is like, I'm just waiting for the perfect opportunity, a perfect moment. Guys, pull your head out of your butt. Again, you're just procrastinating. You're not waiting for anything. You just don't have a strong enough why to start.
Yep.
You just don't have a strong enough why to start. I'll be honest with you. This is something I feel like a lot of podcasts I listen to, they're very good at like calling BS out. And I just feel like there's only so few versus the millions out there. But the truth is, guys, you guys got to stop finding all the reasons why you can't do something. It's kind of depressing, but it's good for people like me. So for me, I'm busy. I got a lot of things going on. Sometimes my body hurts or I don't want to do it, or mentally I just feel exhausted. And I'm not telling you not to take care of yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But my point is is that whatever reason I would have given myself that day to not do it, there is somebody out there who used that same reason to go do it.
Yep.
And I think about that all the time. Some of us say we don't have time, so you don't do anything. There are people who work 10 times more than you.
Yep.
That make time, and that's their reasoning. They feel like they don't have time, so what do? They become more proficient, more efficient, and get things done in the same amount of time. Everyone has 24 hours.
What do you do in those 24 hours?
What do you do in those 24 hours? Other people are like, well, I don't know where to start. Well, have you ever Googled anything? Have you ever contacted anybody? So some people are like, well, I don't start because I don't know how to. Are you serious?
There's so much information.
There's
out
so
there.
much information.
We live in a digital age where you can literally Google anything you want to learn.
Yep.
Like video production. I learned this all from YouTube, dude.
Yeah,
It's
YouTube University.
People think, oh, I need to go to school. That's the problem with, I think, school today, too. They create a society where you think you have to go to school.
Yep.
Because they want to mold you into just, another producer in society to work for society instead of working for yourself.
Exactly. And you know what? Not everyone's meant to be an entrepreneur, guys. Not everyone's meant to be the CEO. There are people out there who could, with their work ethic, have multi-million-dollar companies out there, but they're not meant to do. It's just not in them. But guess what? They can be. They could be one of the biggest assets to someone like me who needs someone who can do that. So not everyone needs to be a CEO. And I'm not saying a janitor's job is less than someone CEO of a multi-million or billion-dollar company. I'm not saying that. So there's nothing wrong with school if that's for you. But people have to realize that the school does teach you how to be a yes man, no man kind of person. Like, yes boss, no boss, or not even no boss, just a yes boss. Like, yes boss, I'll get it done. Yes boss, I'll get it done. That's what school does kind of train you to do. And to each their own. I'm not here to knock it, because guess what? At the same time, if I go to an open heart surgeon, I hope my surgeon went to school.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
so.
Like, I hope to God you went to school.
Hope they didn't learn on
You know-
YouTube.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I hope you don't say like, Gabe, don't worry, I saw this on YouTube. You know, so like you get my point though. But yeah, I mean, that's just like I said, don't get stuck in the analysis process. I mean, I have people who say, well, I don't have enough money, but they're going $900 EDC tickets, concerts, and
The priorities are out of
gambling and
whack.
drinking, and it's just like, come on, guys, you don't have money. I mean, I got kids is one of the big. People are getting younger and younger with kids, and that's fine, whatever. But if you're gonna, don't say I can't do something because of my kids, because that kind of sucks. It kind of sucks, guys. Say, hey, I have a kid or I have
blame it
multiple
on the
kids,
kids,
so
you
I'm
know?
gonna freaking do it.
Yeah.
I'm
There
gonna
should be even
do
more
it.
reason why
It
you
should be
should
more of a
also,
reason,
yeah.
but that's what happens when kids have kids. I hate to say it.
Yeah, that's
You know, when kids have kids, you come up with these weird reasons. They're like, oh, I can't do it because I got this. Guys, they should be your number one reason. But my point is this, is that whatever your reason is right now, there's someone who's using that exact same reason to do it.
To train harder than you to make it happen. I think a lot of people also get stuck in learning too much information before they take action. I was guilty of that myself. I thought, oh, I need to learn this course, I need to go to this course, I need to do this course. Instead of just fucking putting myself out there and make it happen, creating all those opportunities. When I finally realized it, then I was like, I'm just gonna drop myself in that fish tank, figure it out, put myself around the right people, and learn as I do. And along the way, of course, keep learning, but don't stop learning. But don't try to learn everything and then try to go into it, you know?
Yep. You're never going to learn everything, guys. It's impossible to learn everything. Plus, I mean, that's kind of the fun part about it. I would hate to get to a point in my life where it's just mundane. Like, I know everything and it's going to happen. Like, guess what? I don't know. I've been in the fitness industry since forever. I'm 30 years old. I remember my first client was my mom and my sister at 15. Like,
That's
I've been
awesome.
trained forever. But every day I'm learning something new. Every day, whether it's a different way to explain something, more scientific, or whatever the case may be. I've been in business for a while now, and guess what? Trust me, when you're in business, nothing's the same.
Nope.
Every day, there's
Something new.
there's another pain in my butt that I have to take care of. It's never the same. So that's the kind of the exciting part, and that might scare some people away. Which is again, when I said, not
Good for us,
everyone's
yeah.
not made for us. Trust me, guys. I come in and yeah, I didn't want to get there. That's not the point. But my point is, guys, there is no point now. I just was rambling. But anyways, go on. What's your next thing?
I really believe that with learning from your failures is one of the greatest things about life too. Like for me, I've learned a lot from my failures, and it's made me a better person today. And it's made me learn from those failures. Some of them were expensive failures, but it's like if I didn't go through that, I would not be where I'm at today. And I want to ask you, what was one of your biggest failures that you learned from that made you who you are today?
I think the typical failures, like the analysis paralysis, believe it or not, even though I seemed like I was a man of action, there was a lot of times where I was like, something took me way too long to get done. You know what I mean? Because I was scared. Fear, I don't want to be cheesy here, guys, but fear is one of those things that, now there's two different types of fear. There's a fear that, like for instance, getting a 20,000 square foot gym or training facility in the next year, even two, that's a scary thought. Because there's a lot that, it's not like I could just pick up and go.
Goes into that, yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it, but that's the fun thought. Like, it's still fun. Like, that means the business is growing. That means the name's getting out there. That means we got more machines, more coaches, more members. Like, there's so much that goes into it, good and bad. Well, there's not really bad about it, but like nerve-wracking stuff, right? But, so there's that kind of fear that it's like, it's the fun fear, right? But then there's the fake fear. There's the pity fear. No one's ever gonna want to support my brand. Oh, the quality is just
self-limiting doubts.
Yeah, it's just like my quality is never gonna be that good, or my name sucks, or whatever the case may be. There's this fake fear that is just we make it up so that way we feel good about not doing it. And that's the God honest truth. But so if I were to say, I mean, again, I'm not here to give you guys that fortune cookie kind of stuff, but if I could have gone back and learned how to not be so afraid to just do it, I think that right there, guys, is a special talent. Like if you can just learn and wake up and say, today I'm gonna prospect 100 clients and do it. And not be afraid of what the answer is gonna be. Today I'm gonna create a new logo, a new design, and not be afraid that it's gonna suck. Today I'm gonna learn this new skill and not be afraid that I'm gonna not know how to do it at the end of the day.
It applies to everything.
It just applies to so much, guys. And I promise you, I know some of you guys are like, well, it's easier said than done. Exactly. Exactly. It's easier said than done. And that's why when you do succeed, it will never be, no one is ever gonna say it was by accident.
Nope.
No one's ever going to be able to say it's by accident. So, I mean, I could tell you guys the small nitty gritty details of the stupid mistakes. Like I said, LLC, or learning if you couldn't use a name, USPTO, how to get your first invoice. That way you can legitimize your business. You know, those are like little things
you can learn online.
You learn online, or, you know, you can always ask me. But the real thing is, if you can learn how to wake up and not be afraid to just go for it, you'll pass me up. You'll pass me up any day, because, or at least when you first start, I mean, you'll catch up. You'll never pass me, because I'm always working. I'm working hard. But you'll pass up the other guys out there. You'll pass up the other companies and the other brands, because that's a trade secret that not many people talk about. Mm-hmm. I don't hear many people talk about saying, if you could just not be afraid, you can succeed.
Yeah, because that's a mindset thing.
It's a mindset.
It's not just something you wake up with. Okay, I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah.
It's something you have to continually sharpen, like you were saying earlier with the fire. When you're getting forged in the fire, you have to continually go through shit to make you that person.
Yeah, and you have to believe in it yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, again, quitters, their self-doubt is unbelievable.
Yep.
Why? Because they know they quit on everything. Mm-hmm. So when a quitter says they're going to do something, they've already almost failed. Yep. Because they know they're going to quit. Or they know that they've quit before. Because you could change your habits, guys. You can change your habits. But when a quitter says he's going to do something, he's already in his head already quit if he hasn't changed his habits yet. So if you can't even believe in yourself, no one else is. But my point is that these habits don't change. Is that fear mindset will never get out of. If you know you're a quitter, then that fear will always be in you. Mm-hmm. That fear will always be in you. And that's why I'm trying to say, guys, if you want a big gold nugget that's going to change your life, is change your habits. Or, shameless plug, use Exodus's 3 core values. Commit to yourself, whether it's small commitments. Execute your commitment, right? So whatever that may be, and then conquer the days that you don't want to show up. Mm-hmm. Conquer the days you have nothing but excuses. Use those 3 core values every day, and I'll see you at the top.
You can apply that to anything. Yeah. And I think killing your day, conquering your day is so important. For me, like starting out with a morning routine, a morning ritual, it's helped me propel through my day and continue pushing forward. Waking up right after that, reading for 10 minutes of yoga, then going outside, going on a run, doing some HIIT training. It just keeps spiraling into a massive snowball of success because you're on the right path. Whereas people that just wake up, the first thing they're doing, they're texting, they're getting information, they're consuming Instagram or whatever, negative stuff that's not going to help move them forward. Have you found that having a morning routine has really helped you get to where you're at today? And if so, what kind of routine do you have?
Honestly, right now, I would be lying if I said I had a routine because I'm so busy. I got the gym, the apparel, fast bar. We got little baggies of supplements, soon to be supplements, I got something on, but I would say that there is a basic core where I'm like, I know that I want to work out. So no matter what, I'm going to work out. Does that make sense? Like it doesn't matter if it's in the morning, evening, or in the afternoons. Like I know I'm going to hit a workout. I know that I make a priority list, a to-do list, and I know I'm going to tackle that to-do list. It's like, I know that there's things that I will not tolerate not doing.
Yeah.
So
your
right
priorities.
now, my priorities. So right now, again, I'm not here to lie to you guys. My schedule is so busy, but I do have...
It's like I just saw a bird running through. It's like, what is he doing? He's
I
running on the jump
literally
rope.
just saw a unicorn.
Yeah, I know.
A unicorn run by the gym.
A buff-ass unicorn.
Above unicorn run by the gym. What the heck? I wish that was on camera. That would have gone viral, guys. What do you call it? But yeah. So again, I'm not here to lie to you guys, but I do have my priorities. Mm-hmm. But routines do work. There are times where I do figure out like, hey, I need to do this. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. And when I was doing 75 hard, I had a routine. Mm-hmm. And it's not a coincidence that when I had 75 hard, a lot of things were just boom, boom, fall into place. So routines help because I did 75 hard. I saw it. So shout out to Andy Frisilla for even creating something. Again, it's not a workout program. It's just an accountability program.
Yeah,
it's accountability program. And it kept me on even that isn't it. There's a to-do list. And that's how I learned. That's why it was so easy. It wasn't easy, but that's why it was very manageable because it wasn't like you wake up at 6 a.m. and you do this, and this. It's like a to-do list.
It's up to you
and then it's up to you to figure that out. And I'll be honest with you, that's how I am. I have a to-do list, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. And if you want to call that a routine, that's fine. But if not, then I respect that I don't say I'm gonna wake up at 6, 6:30, 7, 7:30. Because in the end of the day, I know what I can get done. I know what I can get done, and I know that if I wake up, it should only take me 30 minutes from my pillow to already starting my day. And if I'm not doing that, then that's the problem.
Yep.
You know, I don't need a to-do list to say, hey, this is wake up, 30 minutes, I'm ready to go. I'm working out. I'm doing my meditation. I'm doing my read. I'm doing my emails. Like, there's no extra accountability. I know what my to-do list, and I'm gonna do it.
And I like with the 75 Hard program, like it's not a scheduled workout. It's not a scheduled routine. It's almost like it applies to life. It does apply to life. It's like, okay, these are the things you have to accomplish if you want to be successful. It's up to you to figure it out.
It's up to you.
No one's going to tell you. No one's going to hold your hand.
And that's the
along
point of
way.
the program. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the point of the program is again, all these people, you know, if you're an organizer, I'm not an organizer, guys. I can't organize to save my life, but I can get shit done. So I don't need I do need someone who can keep me accountable to that, which I do have somebody. My point is that, and like a life, and like I said, as an entrepreneur, every day is different. I do believe that there is, if you're gonna have a system, a routine, make sure it's self-care. I dance in that with the fine line, but if you're gonna have a routine, 10 minutes of reading, 30 minutes away from the phone, an hour just to sit down with your loved ones. Those are the kind of things that I think if you're gonna have a routine, that should be your routine.
Yep,
that should be your routine. Self-care stuff that, even like I said, some people are like, well, self-care isn't sitting with my family for an hour. You're right, it might not be. So take that off your list. But there are people who do crave their family and their love and their support and their time, and that makes them feel amazing. So guess what? Add that to your routine of self-care.
And it's not even about the routine. It's about creating those habits that are going to shape you as a person, because everyone defines success in a different way. Like my version of success may be different from yours versus, you know, Valerie and all these other people. So it really depends on what your version of success is too. Create those habits to set you up for success as well. But we are approaching the end of our podcast. What is one thing that you are trying to work on this year as a goal to help you grow as a business and as a person?
Systematize. I can answer that right away, guys, because again, I'm day 24/7 just thinking about things that can grow the business, and it's systematize. So if you guys can master this early on, even better. But if I'm going to use In-N-Out for an example, you walk into In-N-Out, they all look the same. They all have the same menu, the same outfit, uniform, the same way everything's set up. It's all systematized. And there's a reason why wherever they open, they succeed, because it's turnkey pretty much. Like, you know, and that's what I'm trying to get to right now is, how do I systematize boot camp members? How do I systematize my apparel? You know, how do I systematize the fast bar? How do I get to the point where, of course, I'm going to be hands-on, but it's a lot easier for me to grow a business if I only have to be hands-on for, I'm just using an example, of 30 minutes versus 10 hours. Right? Because guess what? 10 hours, I can only do one product or one part of my business. But 30 minutes, if I only have to touch it for 30 minutes, guess what, guys? I'm able to get a lot more in the business accomplished. So whether that's employees, emails, ads, having someone who can keep up with production. I need a company that say, hey, I need 100 shirts. Not having to go and call 10 different companies
to figure out,
and say, hey, which one can give me 100 shirts? No. This company can get me 100 shirts by tomorrow. That's that. Okay. What company can make me? I need 100 orders of fast bars, rather than waiting and going this company and that. I have a company that can make it happen. Done. So systematizing the company right now is my number one priority. So pretty much becoming duplicatable.
Okay. I like what you said there, because my partner John and I are actually working on the same thing, is automating everything, you know, delegating things that are not necessarily below what you're worth, but it's, you know, it could be something someone else can do because it can either A, do it better than you, or two, it's not worth your time, you know, where your time should be focusing on the vision, focusing on bringing that business forward.
Right.
And then the last one is eliminating those things that are really not necessary. A lot of us, we think that being busy means we're being productive, but it's not. You got to really figure out, hey, does this task really need to fucking get done to move the needle forward, or is it just causing a damper in my day?
What you're trying to say is this: don't be an assistant in your company.
Exactly.
You know, if you're doing assistant work and you're not doing CEO work, that says a lot right there. And I want to clarify this real quick. When you automate something, guys, that doesn't mean you're not being personable. For instance, I don't need to email you to say thank you personally for a purchase, right? I don't need to personally email you to have a system that says thank you. That's understandable. But if you're calling because the purchase was wrong, then you best believe you're going to get a human
talking to you to
a human talking to you. That's that. So don't think there are some people, automate. No, guys, be smart, okay? Automation doesn't mean you're not being personable. It just means that you don't need to have, again, I'm just using that example. If you buy something, I don't need to personally give you a phone call and say, hey, thank you for buying. That could be an automated system. But if you're going to call because it was a wrong size, wrong something, it was defective, then you will be talking to a human.
Exactly.
And that goes for anything in the product. Like, again, automating a system where I can have product going in, flowing. That doesn't mean it's not going to be USA made. I'm big on that. Exodus is the standard, and the standard comes with quality. So that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be overseeing the quality of the fast bar, overseeing the quality of the clothing, overseeing the quality of the supplements. It just means that I don't have to spend, like I said, a whole day on one thing. All I have to do is look at it and be like, all right, we're following the system. We're following the system. You know the standard. You know the quality. If you're scared to show me, then don't show me. Then don't show me. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because I think some people think automation is
not personable.
It's not personable.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. And I believe that you got to reverse engineer every problem that you have or every task that you have because it'll make things a lot easier. You're not going around blind like you're in a maze. Like you see your objective. Okay, I see the objective. How do I get there? If you reverse engineer it, it makes it easier for every single process in your business to help you grow and scale. And that's how you scale your business too.
Yeah, it's scalability. Again, when you scale because you become duplicatable. You have a system. So yeah, that could be a whole nother podcast on how to scale your business. But yeah, man, I know we're short on time, so do you have anything else for me or you want anything?
Yeah, to close things out, like for me, having a mentor like yourself, I consider you one of my mentors too, I think is a great way to help you get to where you want to be in life because almost in a way, it's not necessarily cheating, but it helps you see, okay, this guy has been here, he's done that. How do I fast track myself to get to that point instead of trying to learn everything on my own? So who is your biggest mentor and why?
Shout out to Anthony. Anthony Brown, he owns his own company, digital marketing company. He owns a lot of stuff. But shout out to him because he actually, when I first started Forge, he was there to pull my head out of my butt. If I had an excuse, see, the thing that I think you need a mentor that can give you tough love. Yeah. All these gurus out there, how do you say?
Gurus.
Gurus.
It's like a tongue twister.
Yeah. Guru. All those know-it-alls, they're going to tell you what you want to hear for your money. Yep. You ask John got a ripping. He got a ripping 2 days ago.
What was it? What was it? I didn't show up I said I would come in every day at 4:30.
He told me he was going to come in at 4:30 every day, and that was going to be his standard. He showed up 4:30, and then by the second 4:30, he was like, "Hey, I'm not going to make it." And I told him straight up, "You don't need to freaking tell me. You don't need to tell me that you're not going to keep to your own word." But anyways, I had mentors like that, and I feel like you as an entrepreneur, if you think your mentor is nice, you got the wrong mentor. Yep. You got the wrong freaking mentor. My mentor, if you think your mentor is mean, but they're investing time into you, you got the right mentor. They want you to grow. You got the right, take that gold nugget. If you have a mentor who you think is mean, but they answer your text messages, your emails, or your phone calls, but you think they're mean as hell, you have the right freaking mentor.
Because they care about you.
They care about you
to succeed. They don't want to sugarcoat shit. There's too much fluff.
I got agents, I got coaches, and ask them all. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your excuses because if I'm not making the same excuse, you better not be making the same excuse. And if you are, I don't have time for it. Yeah. I don't have time for that. And no real true mentor that you want to learn from has time for it anyways. No. So a mentor who's really good at what they do, I promise you, they don't have time for any excuse that you have. Yep. So again, if you have a mentor that you think is nice, they're probably just milking you. Damn. But if you have a mentor who you think is mean, but they're investing their time into you, guys, you got blessed, you got lucky, and it's your turn to learn from them, kiss their butt. When they say jump, you say how high, and you get shit done.
Boom, mic drop. Dang, that was the perfect way to end the episode, Jay. But hey, thank you so much for having us here in your beautiful gym. I love what you've done with the place. The last time I was here, like a week ago, it's already changed so much. It's just always moving forward. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys have any questions for Jay at Exodus, definitely write it down below in the comments. Come on out here, too. We're out here in Chino. Yep. I'll post the address down below. I'll post his website, his IG. Give him a follow. Show him some love. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Peace.
Adios, guys. Have a good one.